Hell no, bruh. The one time I make a YouTube vid, my shit fucked up.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, anyways, welcome to the YouTube channel, fam. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be breaking down for you the simple steps on what it takes to achieve an aesthetic physique. What does it take to build an amazing body? This isn't going to be a 5 to 7 minute video, and so if you have an attention span of a 2-year-old, fam, get the fuck out of here, because this isn't a channel for you. Although this is a slightly longer video, it's going to have everything and anything you need to know on what it takes to build an amazing body. I'm going to talk about lifestyle habits to follow, nutrition habits to follow, and training habits to follow. A little bit about myself quickly. My name is Frankie Evers, for those of you who don't know me. I'm 20 years old. I started the gym when I was 18-ish, so I've been in the gym for around 2 years now. I cannot remember why I exactly started the gym, but I do remember the reason why I continued going, and that was because 2 of my close friends went to the same gym that I got my membership at, and so the gym was always something I could look forward to in the day. It was always something that provided me a sense of excitement in my days, and it still does. So here are some photos of me when I'm 4, 5, 6 months in, and here are some photos of me recently. Okay, in this vid, I'm going to be addressing 2 different types of people: beginners and advanced lifters. What I mean by beginners is, if you are 6 months or less into the gym, you are a beginner. If you even haven't started, you're obviously a beginner. So for the people who are considering starting or have been in the gym for not that long, I will say certain things which appeal more to you than advanced lifters, and vice versa for advanced lifters. So 1, 2, 3 years into the gym, I will say things to you which you might already know, obviously. However, for you guys, this is more of just in case you are missing any information which might be useful to your training or useful to your fitness journey in general, then feel free to watch. Beginners, once you've bought your membership, the next step is to start going to the gym. To build an aesthetic physique requires resistance training, requires training with weights. It is important that you guys get on a structured program when you're starting off. Where can you find a structured program? You can find them basically anywhere online. You also educate yourself on how to perform those exercises correctly. So how to perform the bench press, how to squat correctly, how to perform a pull-up correctly. Definitely though, choose a reliable source. So look at people like Jeff Nippard who have science-based advice and information. Once you have your structured program and you've educated yourself, you've watched some videos on how to perform the exercises correctly, it's then time to start going to the gym consistently, whether that's 6 days a week, 5 days a week, 4 days a week. Start going and start practicing. On that note, beginners, first essential piece of advice I'm giving you is do not go 7 days a week to the gym. Guys, everyone in general, you need to prioritize your rest days. You need to be getting in minimum 1 rest day per week. When you rest is the time you build muscle. You don't build muscle while you're training. You build muscle when you sleep. You build muscle when you rest. So rest days are very, very important and vital to building muscle. If you train 7 days a week, you're overtraining and you're just ruining your progress in the gym and hindering your muscle building process. Also, speaking of overtraining, make sure you're not overtraining in the gym as well. What I mean by this is, don't follow a program which tells you to do 4 sets of 15 followed by 5 sets of 20, or don't listen to anyone who tells you to do that. 2 to 3 hard sets is absolutely plenty. It is, in my opinion, and what has worked for me, it is the optimum amount of sets if you are training till failure. So let's say you do 3 sets on an exercise. Your first 2 sets, I would advise, should be top sets. So, a slightly heavier weight within a rep range of 6 to 9, let's say, and you fail within that range. And then your third and final set should be a back-off set. So what I mean by a back-off set is drop the weight to a lighter weight, one which you fail within 10 to 15 reps instead. Still using good form, still training till failure. Training till failure, first of all, is absolutely essential to building muscle. If you're not training till failure, don't expect the best results from the gym, especially as an advanced lifter, guys. If you aren't training till failure, you're not going to grow as much as you would like. And it's very important when you're 1, 2, 3 years into the gym and diminishing returns start to kick in and you're not seeing, as much progress as you'd like, chances are you're not training hard enough, you're not training till failure. Let me give you an example of what I mean when I say training till failure. So your last rep is a vein bursting, nose bleeding, you're shaking, you can barely get the rep up. That's what it should look like. Although, having said that, do not ego lift. Just because you can handle a weight with shit form doesn't mean you will see muscle growth. If you are not performing the exercise with time under tension, if you're not incorporating tempo in your reps, if you're not pausing at the bottom of your reps, if you're not getting a stretch in at the bottom of your reps, then prepare to not see as much muscle growth as you'd like. This is especially important for advanced lifters. So if you're 2 to 3 years in the gym, you must be training till failure. Beginners, not so much. Don't really concern yourself with training till absolute failure, although I would highly advise it as just a good habit to have in the gym, because you will grow like crazy regardless of what you do. As long as you're in the gym lifting weights and doing all the other things which I'm going to advise in this video, you will grow like crazy. So do not worry about training till failure, although I would highly recommend it. Okay, beginners, if you're just starting out, prioritize compound lifts. So let's say you do a 6-day split. Choose a push-pull leg split. On 3 of those days, start your workouts with your main compound lifts. The reason I suggest that you do, although they aren't necessary to muscle growth, it is important, I feel, to get strong at these lifts in your first couple years of training. Next, beginners and advanced lifters, both of you listen up. You must ensure that you're progressively overloading week by week. Progressive overloading is essentially increasing the intensity or working harder week by week. So let me give you an example. Say you're doing a dumbbell shoulder press and your top set is, you get 9 reps with 20 kilograms. Next week, try get 10 reps with 20 kilograms, or try do 22.5 kilograms for 9 reps. So what this is it's increasing the reps gradually or increasing the weight for the same amount of reps. You're either increasing the reps by 1 within the rep ranges which I've given you, or you're increasing the weight very slightly and trying to get the same amount of reps. Next is probably the most important external factor there is when it comes to building muscle or losing weight or anything to do with your health in general. You must be prioritizing your sleep. You must be getting good sleep. Minimum 8 hours if your goal is to build muscle and get an aesthetic physique. 6 isn't enough, 7 isn't enough, 8 hours minimum. I would recommend 8 to 10. So get the fuck off your phone, an hour before bed. That shit will keep you up at night and ruin your sleep. Trust me, I used to do it all the time. Also, what I'd recommend if you guys are struggling with falling asleep or sleeping in general, try get into a circadian rhythm. So try sleeping and waking up at around the same time every day. You will fall asleep faster. Therefore, you'll ensure that you're getting enough sleep, if that makes sense. Next, this part is a bit tricky, but I'm going to try keep it as simple as I can. Nutrition. Beginners, make sure you're eating a well-balanced, healthy, high-protein diet. What do I mean by this? Skinnier people, make sure you're eating 5 meals a day and make sure each of those meals consists of a high-protein source. If you don't know what high-protein sources are, search them up. Make sure you're also snacking on protein bars instead of chocolate bars, and nuts and fruits instead of crisps and other shit. Try just cut out shit food. Try cut out junk food. So with these high protein meals, with your chicken and your beef and your steak, whatever it is, make sure you're getting a sufficient amount of complex carbs with those meals as well. Carbs are essential for energy, especially in the gym. Make sure you're getting a lot of vegetables in with those meals as well. Now, if you're on the bigger side, if you're on the slightly heavier side, stick to the same amount of food as you're eating, but don't eat the same shit that you're eating. So if you're eating chicken nuggets and french fries from McDonald's, stop doing that and replace it with grilled chicken and roasted potatoes. These are low calorie, higher protein foods. So if you do that for every meal, every shit meal you eat, then your body will change very quickly. You will lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. I do recommend that you guys look up what a calorie is, what your maintenance calories are, what it is to be in a surplus, what it is to be in a deficit. For people who want to make sure that they're eating enough protein, eating enough calories to gain muscle or to lose fat, whatever it is. Now, having said that, you don't need to be cringe about it. You don't need to do this every day religiously. Go out twice a week with your friends, go out for some drinks, go out to a restaurant with your family. Don't be too cringe, don't be too picky, don't become this person who is always constantly worrying about his food or the calories or eating healthy. You know, it's important to have balance, it's important to have fun as well, so make sure you're doing that. In that context, just a quick side note, some supplements that I would recommend you guys use and some supplements that I use and have worked for me. One is a high quality multivitamin. Chances are you're not getting enough vitamins for optimal hormonal function or your health in general. High quality fish oil, these are good for, you know, heart health, joint health, and are very complementary to the gym lifestyle. Creatine is also very good, especially if you're starting out. It can help with energy in the gym, it can help with, you know, strength gains in the gym and your muscle building process in general. So I highly recommend those 3 supplements. And also there's protein powder. Feel free to get some protein powder. You can mix it in with, you know, your milk, your water, your oats, or whatever it is that you choose to, you know, make sure that you're getting in enough protein, right? Okay, this next part's more for advanced lifters than it is for beginners. There are some certain muscle groups which you can target to increase the aesthetics of your physique. The reason I say it's not necessary for beginners is because if you haven't been in a lean surplus for 2 to 3 years, then don't even worry about cutting, don't worry about becoming more aesthetic. What's important is you get into a flow, you enjoy your journey, you stick to a routine for the first couple years, and then you can worry about, you know, improving lacking body parts or disproportionate body parts. So this is more for the advanced lifters. For the advanced lifters, there are certain muscle groups you can target, your upper traps in particular. Advanced lifters, you know how to isolate your traps. Shrugs are good for traps, deadlifts are good for traps. So make sure, if you want to improve your aesthetic look, to start biasing your traps on your pull days, on your back days. The next 2 muscle groups are probably the most important muscle groups when it comes to aesthetics. These are your lateral delts and your lats. So your lateral delts, you must be training extremely hard and extremely intense in your workouts. So on your push days, make sure you're doing, you know, 4, 5, 6 sets, high reps, heavy sets, drop sets, partials, just making your sets as hard as you can, right? Second, your lats. Same applies for your lats. Bias your lats on your back days, on your pull days. Add one more exercise which targets your lats. You know, replace a low row with a pullover or a barbell row with a pull-up, heavy pull-ups, whatever it is. Train your lats harder on your pull days and your back days. Next, your upper chest. You must prioritize your upper chest movements if you want to look more aesthetic. Swap your barbell press for incline barbell press, for example, or your dumbbell press for an incline dumbbell press. Anything which targets your upper chest will add to your aesthetic look. I'm just gonna end with one more message. I know some of us who have been in the gym for like 2 to 3 years, sometimes we, you know, get fucking annoyed that we don't look like C-Bum, or we wish we had bigger this or more this or better this. But this is just not a good way to think, and not a good way to think about yourself either. And I know it's good in the sense that you're never satisfied, you're always trying to get better. The thing I would say is, instead of wishing that you looked like this person or wishing you were this or that, try and look at yourself as like a player card from like FIFA. You know, you have player cards in FIFA with all your stats. What would you look like if you maxed out all your stats? What would your physique look like if you maxed out all your stats? You worked hard, you stayed consistent. You'd look fucking sick, and you would be fucking sick if you did that, apply that to your life in general. And guess what, as well, no one would get to look like you at your maxed out version. So you're unique and you will look sick fully maxed out. Let that motivate you to strive to become that person, to strive to have that physique. That's helped me rejig my thinking a bit. That's going to conclude this vid. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's been helpful. If you have any questions, do leave them in the comment section. I'll answer all of them. And yeah, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you liked the vid and subscribed. I'm going to be posting 2 videos a week, hopefully. I'm going to try to be more consistent. There's a gym vlog coming soon, which is going to get you fucking hyped. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Peace.